Good morning, folks. Welcome back. I think today we're going to try a bit more of a story type scene I have in mind. And for that, we're going to start with working on a character that I was sculpting on my iPad this morning. So let's bring that in. Import GLB. This is from Nomad Sculpt. And there we go. Quite a simple sculpt. It's nothing complicated. Could have done it on Blender, but I was sitting on my couch doing it this morning. And I prefer sculpting a Nomad. So it's way higher poly than it needs to be, just because of the way I was working on it. But the reason for that is for the materials, which are vertex sculpt. So we want to see those. So I made the polys high just so I could put materials on. Otherwise, I could have done this at 100K and it would have been fine. But there we go. So that's going to be our starting character. Archon of the Orange Cast. And let's give them my Nomad Sculpt material that has since been changed. It's almost not worth doing, but whatever. Nomad Sculpt. Yep. Now let's get this out the way. And shading. Delete the metallic. We don't need it. Color 1 for the roughness and the normal. Or the, yeah, and there. Okay. And I actually don't even think I need the roughness this time. I think it's just going to be, as I recall, yeah, it's just that. So we're just going to nuke it. Just going to use the color. And roughness, we're going to set to like 0.65. Okay. And we don't need to move the roughness when we do our other thing. Where did there we go. Cool. Save it. Now we're going to be... There we go. Saved. Layout. Is there an animation already? There should not be. Clear animation data. Go away. I do not want to be auto keyframing, am I? I don't think so. Weird. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. One. It's not very tall right now. We want to make her scale. First off, Control A. Oh, I see. All transformations. There we go. 2.4. That's not bad. S10. Cool. All transforms. Duplicate it. Hide the original. Take this one. If I generate decimate. Scale of 0.25. Let's see what that gives us. Don't plan on putting her in clothes, so we don't actually have to go super low. As long as we're under 600,000, then it will work. On the other hand, you know, more is kind of always better. All right, that looks good. I'll just apply it. This one should go pretty fast because we don't have as much to do. Tab, U, unwrap, Smart UV project, unwrap. I am back in Blender 4.3, by the way, just because I have found some errors with the Rococo pose add-on in 4.4. So I'm hoping they'll fix it, but in the meantime, we're here. So we'll use 4.4, I think, for the final scene. Fortunately, 4.4 didn't change anything in materials, so I can transfer back and forth across from it seemingly pretty well. Anyway, and then it's going to have a new material. It's going to be chosen greater Archon. I'm going to say F female just to separate it, although it's hardly female anymore. Shedding. Search image and I guess we'll do one for normal. We don't really need to, probably, but roughness, we don't need one of that. It's going to be 0.66. Color to base color, new, chosen, greater, Archon female. 4096. 4096. Cool. And then this one, did I not? Okay, fine. I should call it diffuse. Diffuse. There we go. I haven't saved it yet. It should be fine. New. Chosen greater Archon female. Normal. Non-color. Color to normal. We got to put a normal map in there. And like I said, we don't need a roughness because I didn't do any variable roughness things on her. Great. So come back in and turn the first one on. Great. Select the diffuse over here and bake. We're going to bake the diffuse. We're going to turn off the lighting contributions. Selected to active. We're going to give it an excursion of 0.02, so 2 centimeters out, just in case the mesh got changed slightly when I decimated it. It'll work, and it should be all we need to do. Bake. Make sure we have the texture selected here. We do. The two things I forget most often: making sure that texture is selected and making sure I actually UV'd the thing before I started. And I did both this time. Cool. File, image. Save as, diffuse, yep, cool, RGB is fine, don't need an alpha. Great, and then normal, bokeh. Cool. There ain't a lot to this normal, it's pretty simple. We probably don't need it, but maybe for around the halo type thing. So RGB, save as. Layout, take this one, new collection, bridge. This one, S.1, oh come on, S.1, all transforms, dot. Good. And Z8, let's take a look. There they are. That looks cool. Don't see any weirdnesses. I want to take this guy. He doesn't have any clothes to mess with me. And we're going to paste him there. Because one thing we're going to do is multiply this, make this one taller. S. I want her to be essentially the same height. I want this to be quadrant. I want this to be, is he Euler? Yeah. Cool. Looks good. So she's actually a little taller than he is, but that's fine. Anyway, come to this one. Shading. I want to grab these and this. Copy objects. Come over here and paste. Okay. This one's going to be value of 0.66, which is the original value, just to give it something. And into roughness. And then this one, this is just adding a little bit of noise, if you don't remember from before. I haven't shown this in a while, but it just combines a Voronoi with a noise texture overlay, and then overlays that with the original roughness, if there were any, which there's not, and brings it into that. And gives us our final form. And then we can get rid of this other guy. And I think we're going to give her some subsurface scattering. Skin 1. You can almost just go with that. It's be kind of weird, but scale, I think we're going to go with 0.015. So a little less. Save. But more than we typically do for normal characters because she is bigger. And I don't know, I just think it looks cool. And that's kind of neat looking. The only other thing we could try on this one is, let's see. Maybe instead of gray, let's just see. Let's make this be the A. And that gives us a little bit more. And then we could even do, let's see. It's going to give it some height. I don't hate it. It kind of gives it, there's not a lot of difference to them. So let's try this. I just want to shift A, search, color ramp. Let's see what this is actually looking like. That's pretty good. I want to make it a little bit sharper there, so it's not quite so shiny. Cool, I like it. It's a modified version of our standard skin. I am into it so far. Okay. Save. Grab her. File. Export. OBJ. Selected only. Sure. There's our yesterday's dude. Choose a file. I like that he has a hole in him. I don't know, it just appeals to me. Yeah. Not that dense, guys. Come on. For symmetry. Rig the body. Cool. Wrist to there. To there. There. We're on her knees? I think that's the knees. Let's look and see. Mostly. Yeah, it's going to make it all this side, isn't it? Great. Yeah. Maybe move this up just slightly and rig hand to the front again, but I think it's fine. Yep. Rig the hands. 4 fingers. Yes. Come on. So we're going to put these characters on a highway, I think on the back of semi-trucks, because they are some meters tall, each of them. There we go, come on. Just going to jump over to the other thing and do something, but it's almost done. Theoretically. Or just psych me out. Come on. Okay. Here. We're going to put them on a highway. And I think we'll just start with a plane instead of a circle this time. It's going to just make our lives easier, right? Yeah. Mesh, plane. S100. Control A, rotation scale. W, subdivide it. We'll take it to 10. Still going? Yeah. Okay. And we're going to do, I think we'll do draw terrain. A curve, Bezier curve, tab, X, vertices, draw. That. Subdivide. 2. Cool. And grab 1, turn on proportional, go to random. Great. Cheesy but fun. Still going. Come on, guys. Okay. I'm glad we jumped to the other one. Back to this guy. Add our modifier, terrain, draw terrain. Select our curve. Cool. And yeah. Let's grab our curve. Up slightly. Then here, spread a lot. Cool. Hey, Patrick. There we go. Fingers. Now we're cooking. Looks pretty much right. This one needs to come to here. This one can come to here. Other than that, I'm all right with that. Finalize the character. Back over here. All right, we like this one. So we're going to do another one. Shift A, mesh. Or not mesh, curve, Bezier curve. Tab, X, vertices, draw. We're going to come across like that. And we're going to, again, W, subdivide. Let's even go to 3 this time. We're going to select 1 GZ. Cool. Great. Then we're going to go here, and we're going to add a modifier, terrain or base. Not terrain or base. I keep doing this. Wrong one yet. We're going to remove it yet. We don't want it yet. There. Add a modifier, terrain, draw terrain. We're not going to subdivide our base mesh anymore on this one because we've already done it. Let's select this. And spread it. And peak smooth it. Oh, no. And top plateau it. And cut our chaos factor down to like 0.1. Just to jump us up some other stuff on this ground. I kind of like it. Take it down a little bit, maybe. Cool. I can live with that, I think. Let's do one more. Let's see if the character's done. Still going. Okay, one more. Shift A. Curve. Bezier curve. Tab X, vertices, draw. Let's go a little bit more subtle this time. Kind of come along here like that. And this one we will not subdivide. Add a modifier. Terrain, draw terrain. Again, no more base subdivision. Select our object. Up or down? Let's go down. And we're gonna spread it to 25. Cool. And top plateau it to 3. And even 5. We want to do that? Nah, no we don't actually. Top plateau of 0.25. Sure, keep it low. No, I'm good with that. And then peak smooth, give it a smoothing. And smooths everything, and great, and apply all. We're just going to use it. Character's still going, but getting close. Okay, here we are. Got our character. There we are. What did I turn on? Why is it snapping my view? I don't want orthographic views. What did I do? Nothing. You fucking thing. Save as. Archon. Scene. Okay, now you're working. Weird. All right, character. There she is. She's standing. Let's just see the walk. Yep, looks good. Export. FBX. Thank you. Good morning, Infinity. Blender. Export. Archon rigged. No, we did say it right. Okay. So we got a terrain. It's going to get rid of these curves. And tab looks okay. I think I'm going to try quad remeshing it. Maybe. It's not that many, but yeah, sure. To 30,000 or 25,000. Remesh it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Tab. Yeah, that's a little bit more consistent. Got it. Add a modifier, terrain, terrainer base. Get those micro details in that we want. Yeah. That's fun. That's a nice looking terrain. We like it. We stand. Apply all. And save. Come back over here to our here. New collection, unrigged. Kind of jumping around a bit. Import an FBX. Grab the Greater Archon rigged. And we are in Blender 4.3 still, yes. Okay. There they are. Cool. F4. Import. I want a sitting. I don't have a lot of great sitting ones. It's a good sitting. Like I want like a cross-legged sitting. I might have to go get a new one. Let's see. Import FBX. We'll look and see. Poses. Sit. No, it's just that's like a car sitting. I want a cross-legged. sitting. I think there might have been one, though, in Make Human, which we could try using, see how that would work for us. Make Human. New human. From scratch. I don't care. Create the human. Great. Rigging. Add a rig. Mixamo. Add standard rig. Okay. Assets. Poses. Got lots of sitting in cars, sitting there. Lotus is kind of good. Actually, sitting floor, I think we want to use. Load pose. Be only with default rig. All right, fine. Okay, we go back to that. We'll grab it. Default rig. Add standard rig. This is the advantage of the Rococo, is it should theoretically let us work pretty easily with it. Load pose. Good. Done. All right, so let's try the human rig. It's going to need to be animated, though. So object pose mode. A, K, location, rotation, scale, doesn't matter. 2, K, location, rotation, scale. Great. Object mode. Rococo. Retargeting. The source is going to be human rig. The target is going to be armature. Build the bone list. Let's see what it finds. Root. Spine 2. Spine 1. Shoulder. No. Should be all right. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, we can always go back and add the other ones, but come on. Retarget animation. That's pretty much good enough. I can tweak the rest. That's fine. That's what we wanted. Cool. Object, pose mode, shift H and or yeah. Hide the other ones. Good. Okay. Object mode. Control A. Object mode. Okay. That's a little bit annoying, but we'll figure it out. Tab. Not tab. Pose mode. Hide that bone. I don't like having those things in there. I find them annoying. Object mode. 1. Cool. Control A. All transforms. And clear our animation data. Oh, broken. Okay. So not only is undo history a thing, but check this out. Edit preferences. Where is it? I always forget where it goes. System. Yeah, undo steps. You can set this in system. I set mine to 256. It will use a lot of space in your temp thing. The more you have, obviously, the more undo steps it's saving. So like it can save a ton, but I keep a whole bunch. I think the default is 32. And if you're sculpting in particular, you can go through 32 in like 15 seconds. But 256, I can usually go back to something before I screwed something up. Yes. Really useful. So anyway. All right. We got her. We didn't apply her material again, though. We could give her back her old material. Let's see. Word. Cool. We like her. We're going to just come back over here to our terrain now. And I think we're going to make it like a highway. So like a little bit of a raised highway. Easier for everybody. Curve, Bezier curve, tab, X, vertices, draw. We're going to kind of follow along like that. And then we're going to just delete that vertice and smooth it out. Cool. And I think we want it a little bit more this way. Okay, that's where we want to put it. Now, Urbaniac, asphalt, yes. Section, elevated highway. We're just going to go with the straight. It's going to be pretty narrow, so I think straight 4. So it's an elevated road. Append. Then come over to it. And I think it has an array. No, does it? Modifiers. Let's turn off our ground. M, new collection to ground. Get the heck out of our way for right now. Okay. No, it does. It does have a curve. So like curve object is going to be that, right? Array, curve. Do they not have the same origin? Oh, I moved it. Location. Or no. Object set origin to 3D cursor. There we go. Now we gotta do the same on this one. Curve, Bezier curve, and curve, Bez curve. There we go. And we gotta do the same on this thing, right? Yeah. Curve, Bez curve, array, Bez curve. Cool. Our road has now been reapplied and curves around our object. And I don't want it to be high up, but maybe a little bit higher up than this. Maybe. No. No, I think I'm going to go just pretty low. So it's right along. Oh, it needs to be a little higher, though. Okay, to there. Okay. Yes. And then city assets. Just going to turn them off for right now. Because this has got some weirdness. Oh, I can see what it is. Right. Tab. Come in. And back out. Got a weird extra edge. Yep. X, vertice. That should be better now. Don't do that funky, yeah, doesn't do that funky weird curve thing at the end. Let's just check the other side too. No, that looks good. Right, cool. Now, do I have a flatbed truck? I know I have trucks, but do I have a flatbed truck? Let's check Polygon IQ. Oh, hold on, I need to pick a time for Windows to restart. Not now. Pick a time at 10:15 p.m. tonight. Sure. All right. Go away, Windows. Not aquatic, not botanic. Spawn an asset from traffic. Is it utility vehicles? Those are those. I want like a big truck, though. I don't think that one has it. So let's try transportation. Truck. Okay. So we have this. We don't have it one without a... I just kind of wanted a tractor, like a flatbed. That's the word I'm looking for. Don't think we have a flatbed, but let's just use this Kenworth then. See how it goes. Let's put it here. Make editable. Oh, I have to add it first, I guess. Now let's see if this works in 4.4. Yeah, looks like it. Doesn't put it other... Oh, come on. Kenworth. Cool. Make editable for animation, too. Great. Kenworth. Select objects. GZ. Why am I grabbing other things too? There we go. Okay, so that's going that way. And we can just get rid of this, 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 this. Yeah, that I can't get rid of. Is it connected? Well, it's, yeah, I don't even need to. That, right? Yeah. And now we need to get rid of these things. Just so that tab, 7, 1, cool. Alt-Z, B. Select very tips, link, X, vertices, get rid of that suckers. Bye-bye. We have shitty flatbed now. Cool. Bring it up just a bit more. Cool. Although we're not going to probably see much of that. I don't know. Which side of the road do they drive on in Oman? I don't know. I don't know that really matters because the Chosen wouldn't care anyway, but things to think about. Select the hierarchy. Copy the objects. New collection. People. Cool. Nice. I've got to fix that. It's not quite a good pose yet, but 7. Let's grab her R. G to there. Okay. And GZ up. And pose. Viewport display in front. Okay. And let's go to local. I want to select this, this, this. Or actually, I want to see all of her, so select hierarchy, and then this, and then this, and then solo. Cool. Try to keep it as basic as possible. That pose mode. Well, first thing let's do is fix her hand so she's not sticking it into her chest, or leg rather. Okay, and then 7, and then out just a little bit. Great. Then this one and this one. We're gonna go up slightly. So we can take the whole thing. Let's go at it. Let's go to object mode and do it. Great. Good. That is close enough for us, for her sitting on the back of this flatbed truck. And the question is, do we want to put the dude on the same truck or not? Or a different one? I think the same one would be fine. I'm going to grab him. Select hierarchy. Copy objects. And put them to people and paste. And I just want to grab people. Cool. And him, let's bring him kind of near where she is. Now, again, her, it needs to be animated so we can copy it. So pose mode, K, location, doesn't really matter. It just needs an animation. 2K. K. Object mode. Now, oh, but we're in 4, aren't we now? So we'll see what happens. Rococo. It does work, just kind of weird. I didn't love it how it was. Source object is going to be armature. Target object is going to be armature 4. Build a bone list. They should be the same. Yes. Retarget the animation. Where'd he go? Whee! Not good. Not good. All right, fine. Let's select. Select objects. See, copy objects. I'm just going to save. And file, new, general. See if this will work better. Delete, paste. Now let's try it. Okay. Rococo. Curse Blender 4.4 for ruining stuff. Armature. Armature 4. Build bone list. Retarget animation. Still wonked out. So something I've done, it doesn't work. All right. Fine. Be that way. We can just do it again, I guess. Yeah. Let's do it again. We're going to get rid of armature. This guy. Set back where he's supposed to be. Okay, now we're going to make a new human. With make human. From scratch. Doesn't matter. Create a human. Cool. Then we're just doing this to get his shitty pose. Add rig. Default rig. Add standard rig. Great. Assets. Filter. Set. Actually, kind of be fun to have him do this one. If it will work. but we'll try it. I mean, we'll make it work, but yeah. Then, okay, Rococo. Source is going to be, we need to give him, again, an animation, pose mode, A, K, location, rotation, scale, to A, K, location, rotation, and scale. Just needs to be an animated object. Source is human rig. Build the bone list. I think it remembers that we've done it before, so let's see. Yeah, it looks like it does. Retarget the animation. It does. Cool. Obviously, doesn't exactly work because the figures, their base poses aren't exactly the same, but it's close enough that we can use it now. I like him. He's fun. Armature. Where am I? Well, that's rig, right? Viewport display. There I am. In front. Okay. Local. And let's see. What needs to be changed? First off, this one. 7. Let's rotate it out slightly because he's got big, beefy, freaking arms. And then we'll take that one and out slightly. Doesn't have to line up exactly. I'm not too worried if it's like, oh, there's some clipping. Well, whatever, it's fine. It's just human. We're gonna play it off as muscle, bones, skin smushes into each other, right? Right. That one. Don't move it, rotate it up. And this one down. And maybe up, maybe not. I feel like that's pretty close for what we're going to be looking at. That's fine. We can always fix it if we need to later. Turn off in front. Oh, we got to poke something pokey there. What the heck is that? Oh, it's still weird. It's a weird artifact of the rigging, I think. That's fine. Whatever. Select hierarchy. Copy the objects. Back over to here. Get rid of him. Right? That's him? Yeah. People. Paste him. Where is he at? He's going to be on this part of the truck. That's annoying, but that's fine. His rotational point is not right. Maybe I'll reverse them. So he's sitting leaning, because he looks more like a leaner right now. His butt's there. 3D cursor. Yeah, that looks cool. And RZ. And G. To there. And then her. Rotate her around. And put her on that side. Yeah. He got messed up though somehow. Let's see. There. 3D cursor. Whoa, no. Oh. There we go. Oh, I know what happened. Global. All right. Cool. Good deal. So we got the two of them sitting side by side like that. It's kind of fun. I'm trying to think if I want to put anything behind her or not. Like, is she leaning on something that's sitting on the truck? Or maybe she is. That would be kind of fun too. Grab her. Let's bring her forward so she's like that. And then come here. Libraries. Big, medium, small. Apocalypse. Building. Yeah. We got a small, medium. I don't know how long these are going to be. Let's see how long the small one is. Small one feels like it might be too small. I mean, it'll fit, but we might as well fill the whole thing up. Let's get rid of it. Delete. Let's go with medium container. Medium container looks right. Let's get that out of the way. Medium container. Individual origin. RZ. Perfect. And just drag that more to the center. There we go. That looks all right. Cool. Save. Nice. Let's go to her and turn her in front off. Let's take a look and see what it looks like materials-wise. Should be good on those things. Yep. That looks cool. These two dudes, they're just like, yep, chill on the back of a truck. Just something very fun about it for me. Photographer, let's increase our exposure so we can see what the heck we're doing. Great. This truck is too freaking shiny for me. Is there a transportation? I can't remember if there's a way to grunge up this one. I think that was the other one. Yeah. What's our material? Chrome 1. It's very, 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 very shiny. Tool clean. Let's play with it. See what we can do. Make it very not clean first, and then we'll come back. Hey, man. Good to see you. Let's see. Grunge metal. Actually, I don't even hate it. Kind of works. Let's do grunge metal on that. This one, car paint black. Let's go to my dirty yellow paint. Let's see what that does. Control A. All transforms. There we go. Yeah. Sure. Plastic rough black. We're just gonna make that distressed hull, I think. Okay. And this is also going to be distressed hull. Or maybe even grunge metal. Yeah, grunge metal's better for that. These are the Archons living creatures. Yes, kind of. They were once people long ago. Well, I guess long is a relative term potentially, but they are alive. Yes, they're not mechanical. Cool. Yeah. Link materials and link materials. Cool. Yeah. That's looking all right. We're going to do this one too. All that's looking good. I even kind of like the yellow. I think I might just leave it at that. Yeah. So archons are what happens when spiritual energy passes through chosen in extreme amounts. So as they have fought or opened warp gates or whatever, often they ultimately become archons. That's sort of the vibe. Okay, he's looking good. All into that. Save. Let's play with the land some now. Got the land tab. Unwrap. Smart UV project again. I am entertained how Blender 4.4 has now returned to the old layout for the unwrap menu because I had just gotten used to Smart being in a sub menu and now it's right back on the top again. Like, thanks, Blender. Love it when you change your UI randomly. It's always good. Landscapes. Red Desert Rock again. Sure. We've been kind of having good results with that one. We're going to we are going to need to re-UV it though. Make it bigger. S10. That might be too much. I really should figure out what the appropriate one is and remember it, but I haven't yet. And that's not too bad though. That feels pretty good. And, okay. I'm looking at it here. Yep. And shading. Come look at that. Let's go look and see where our split is. I don't need these ones today. I'm not going to bake it. So it's all, oh, that's part of the problem. Z0. That will make it interesting. Let's see what that looks like. This is a multi-shader terrain. Oh, now it's very sandy at the bottom. We might not need quite that much sand. Although it is neat. You know, that's kind of cool. Let's bring it down a little bit. Z minus 10. Minus 20. I see. We're getting kind of slight. Let's do -15. That gives us some sand. It's kind of fun. It's a little bit steep in that area for sand, though. And it doesn't need to be. We were just kind of fucking around, so we can smooth it out. There's no reason not to. Sculpt mode. Let's make our brush a little bit bigger and just kind of smooth this down there. Use the smooth tool. And then let's drag that up. Maybe that's better than doing this in the smooth tool. Let's undo that. Okay, let's just drag first and then smooth. I don't need that to go that far down. Cool. And then we can bring that down a little bit. And we can bring all this down, which will make it all that go into sand more. Right? Let's see. It should. It's just doing it on height. So as we move it, it should, yep, sand it down. Let's just slow to do it. Well, but there we go. Yeah, that's sand. And we can just I'm just kind of leveling our terrain out a little bit. Got a little crazy with the bumps here, which is kind of par for the course for me. Yeah, there we go. That's better. We can smooth that in, although it's not going to make a huge difference. We could even literally just paint in some new stuff. This is about the maximum I use sculpting for in Blender most of the time. To be honest, it's just to do this. Okay. Right. Hey, you guys are all from class. Cool. Nice to see you. Oh, come on. I need to... This terrain is... Or this material is just a little bit complicated, so if I leave it turned on when I'm trying to sculpt, it gets a little bit weird. But that's fine. Let's just drop that hill down. Bring that back up. I don't know. Like, you can tweak... Anyone who's ever played with landscape knows you can do this all day long. Like, I'm just going to tweak with my landscape forever. Bring that down. Okay, but that'll work for us. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Okay. And the cool thing about the sand is it's height-based, so we can do that with our scattering now, which will make it look way cooler. And I think it's a good time to start into that. Let's see. Geoscatter. Grab our emitter object and biome scat. What do we want? Which one do we want to do first? Open biomes. 3. There we go. Oh, you European types in your end of your day. I'm just starting, man. It's only 8:30 in the morning for me. I have a whole day ahead of me. All right, there we go. So we got a lot. That's what our objects are for this one. Grass and rocks. We don't want to start with the grass. Let's see what rock looks like. How many we got? Distribution, Not that many. Cool. That'd be a good one to play with to see. Rocks are neat. That's kind of cool. Goes sort of everywhere. Let's change the slope of them so they're only on, yeah, flatter areas. That makes more sense. And elevation. Let's actually make them so they're, let's see what this is. Not percentage, but altitude. Okay, so our maximum is going to be 25. That takes us all the way to the top, right? Let's just go 50. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Minimum is how far down we're going, and I don't know where our negative went. I think at minus 20 is where we set the sand, or minus 15 is where we set the sand to go. Nope. Minus 5. That might be interesting, because that'll keep it out of that sand area, right? That's just what I'm kind of trying to do. Yes. So we got a little bit going into the sand, but let's go with minus 3 with a transition of 5. Yes. So see, now we're getting rocks, but as they kind of go into that lower area, they fade off. So we can use this for our other one too. Okay, turn off the first one. Turn on. Well, let's look and see what the count is. It's like, well, that's more, but not bad. I think these are the small rocks. Yeah. And again, we want our elevation, altitude, max is going to be, again, we'll just set it to 50 and not worry about it. It goes all the way up to the top. Minimum is going to be minus 2, and a transition of 3. So that one goes a little less far than our big ones. Like you can see, it kind of cuts in. It's already starting to actually fade out before the edge, but because of the transition, it does go into there. We turn them both on together. That should look pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah. Nice. Now I'm going to turn just all geoscatter off for the moment while I fix grass the same way, because grass I imagine is going to be bigger. Yeah, 120. So grass, oh, I didn't set rock 2 for slope. Let's do that as well. Elevation, yes. Slope, no absolute. No upside down rocks. Okay. Grass, elevation, altitude, maximum of 50, minimal of 0. That would be up slightly, right? And let's see. And we're going to also set its slope, but it can be more than rocks. So we'll set it to a slope of 25 degrees. And save. And turn it back on. We got the rocks. Now let's just turn them off. And then turn grass back on. This is the stuff that I love, incidentally. I'm like, oh, yeah, great. There are characters in the scene. It'll work. It's got a story to it. Now, we definitely need to go lower than that or add some... what you call it? Transition in our minimum transition of 5. Let's just see what that does. But like setting up the ground, that I could spend days doing. I'm like, okay, I'm into this. You're thinking, you're thinking, keep thinking, come on. Yes. So now we get that nice fade off. It might go a slight little bit into the sand, but not far. And I don't think much. I think that's pretty much what we wanted. I think I might cut it down just a little bit, so slightly less. Trying to run the desert thing as much as we can. Let's kick it to like 75. See what it looks like. The rocks are pretty good. Yeah, that's all right. That'll help us. And yes, I'm putting grass directly on top of a rock texture. I think it'll look fine. But we may have to adjust. Let's see if there's any other material we want to throw in there. Turn off geoscatter. Turn off grass. I like those big rocks. I don't know. We could do more. It's almost always better to do more if your system can handle it, because the real world is quite full of stuff. So one biome will work. 3 is probably better. Let's do 7, and then we'll tweak it out. Okay. So for this one, we want to make sure, where's our road? Where, is it in an actual group? City assets. What's this in? City assets. Is there another one down here? What is this thing? Oh, that's just that mesh. Okay, right. Just say it's lichen. Yeah, exactly. You know, totally. Lichen, so common in the desert, though. Upward obstruction of city. Come on. City assets, highway. So now nothing will grow below the highway. Trees, we definitely want to set the elevation, altitude, maximum of 50, minimum of 0 is fine, I think. And we're going to want to slope as well. No absolute. Turn on trees. That's the only ones on. Turn on geoscatter. Because a lot of these little scrubby trees, probably more than I want. Let's cut them down in half. Sure, maybe even less. Some trees, not many, just a couple. Great. Shrubs, we're going to do the same thing to the shrubs. Elevation, altitude, maximum to the top, minimum's great. Slope, and turn it on. See what we get. I think it's probably too many. Loads, let's cut it down. Cool. Shrub 2. Elevation. Altitude. 50. Slope. Turn it on. Too much still, particularly with all the rocks we got going on otherwise. Great. These grasses, I don't know we need them, and they do add a lot of, but let's cut it down to, let's keep them. We'll go to 1. It's very, very uncommon. Elevation, altitude, 50, minimum of -1. A transition of 2. Slope allow for 18. Let's see what that gives us. Probably not much, but you can see, yep, there's just some little bits of things there. Cool. Good deal. So we like that one. Let's do the other ones too. The first grass is the big one though, right? Yeah, 220. We're going to take it down to 2. Elevation. Minimal -1. Transition of 2. Maximum of 50. Slope 19. Turn on. Little micro tiny grasses. Those are so tiny. We can even add a bit more. 5. Cool. And then grass 2. Count of 2. Elevation. You think like, is this worthwhile? Yes, it is. It makes a huge difference. Even if it's just a couple of pieces of grass somewhere in there, it really helps the subliminals a lot, in my opinion. Minimal, -2, transition 2, slope, absolute, and we'll let it go to 17. Cool. Rocks should just have a slope. You can also never have too many fucking rocks. Well, maybe an elevation too. Let's see. Let's see what these rocks do. They're going to go out into our desert everywhere. Yeah, so we'll give them an elevation. Same as the other one. Altitude, minimum of -5. Yeah, let's go with minimum of 0, but a transition of 10. So like it very lightly scattered out quite a bit. Maximum of 50. And a slope of 15. Cool. So that's all of those. And we should be able to turn all this stuff on now. None of it's that overwhelming. It's still going to be a lot, but it's not going to be, I think we can handle it. At least once, and then we'll turn it off. We're going to say there's runoff off this hill, right? And that's why. In for a penny. These are tiny now. Turn them back on. Save. Let's just see what it looks like. Not that one. 8, not 4. Ugh. Come on. You're thinking. We know. We don't want to hide collection. Coming. My undo list, as I said. It's mad. There we go. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm liking that. I think that is fun. The rocks look good. I like the things kind of spread in here just a little bit, but not a lot. Particularly since we're not going to like look out here a whole bunch. It's more about focusing on this side because it's way more interesting. I'm going to turn off geoscatter for now though, because it is slowing us down. It's thinking. I had forgotten. And usually it's better to go back to gray mode and then turn it off, but for some reason it's just faster that way. But I didn't. So it should be fine, but let's see. In the meantime, no, I don't want to. There's our dude. Just gonna get rid of him. Don't need to keep this file around anymore. Come on, Blender. You want to start stressing your computer out and slowing it down? Throw a lot of scatters on it. Highly recommended. Yeah. It's thinking. There we go. Okay, cool. It's done. Yay! So there's our bait. That's like our subject. Do we want other vehicles or other things on this road? I think we might want a convoy. And select objects, yes. Can we just Alt-D and bring it forward? I'm going to cheat because it doesn't want to, rather than curve it, not individual origins, median point. Because I don't feel like curving, I'm just going to do that. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Good deal. It could be aerial protection for sure. I avoid very military scenes. I think they are so incredibly overdone that they bore me. So I don't tend to do a lot of that. Which is why you won't see a lot of tanks and stuff. And well, like this is about as close to military as I tend to do. It's not that I have a problem with violent stuff. I'm like sci-fi action movies as much as the next guy. I'm just really bored with it for concept art, and it's really lazy concept art in my opinion. If you're being paid to do it, that's different. But if you're working on something on your own, and you choose to do something that everyone else does every goddamn time, I'm just like, boring. So personal vibes, but yeah. There we go. I'm gonna put that there. That'll work. And maybe we'll do one more. Where's my... And my ground. Goodbye. And I don't need... Or I do have any of that. I'm going to turn that so I can't select it anymore. It's my road curve. Actually, maybe I'll just move it to the city. Well, that too. To city asset highway. There we go. Now, Alt Z, B, select that. Alt D. Now I need to turn back on my road. And G, no. Fine. No. This one, yes. and this one. G. Good. Did I get everything I needed? Yeah, I did. Cool. Save. Hey, Michael. Yeah, no, you got there. It's all good. Sorry I missed yesterday, everybody. I ended up having some errands I had to run that started earlier. And honestly, Assassin's Creed Shadows came out and played for about an hour before I ran my errands. So I was like, yeah, that's how it goes. Okay, that's looking good. Those other trucks are obviously not important. They're just there for framing. And they do a good job of that. Maker. Let's grab some light import, which is map paint. 60, 61, 55. Let's see what's in 61. Liking it so far. Not very far in yet. Again, did have errands, but enjoying it so far. Where do we want our sky? What's this one? 1069. Let's try it. It's looking pretty good. I think we're going to cheat our sky down just a tiny bit. Z location minus 0.1. Yeah. Now I don't have to see that horizon, which we probably should see, but you're not going to notice if we don't, and it's going to make things easier on me. That feels like a neat shot. Kind of like the lighting just as is too. I might change it a bit, but let's get our camera set up first. We're going with in-area Alexa 65. The Cook lens, as pretty much always, but we'll make it 35. And .239 Panavision widescreen. And we need to go with a depth of 250 on our clipping. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. Alrighty. Now, I'm digging that. I'm going to geoscatter because we're all turned off now. I'm going to turn off essentially this entire, well, rocks, grass, We'll leave trees and shrubs on. And we'll turn off grass, this grass too. That just leaves the bigger compositional elements open to look at. And the other ones will just show up at render time. Yeah. Well, there's not a lot of them there. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to check our light direction. HDR maker, angle of 60. New. Angle of 120. Yeah, so far liking the first one the best. It's neat, but we lose our people. 240. $300. 300 is kind of good. 300's looking probably my favorite so far. Let's see if we push it more. Which way does it go? Under. Yes, that's what we wanted because we kind of want to keep that, but maybe not that much. Let's go with 320. Yes. I want to get this along here dark. Maybe, can I get to 330? Without adding white underneath. No. I mean, I could fake it. 325. 322. Good. That's where we're going. So we got, then I think this will like clear out once I do my compositing too. Compositing, tab, change that. I don't know, let's do 0.75, 0.75, brightness of 1, angle or mist of 0.1. And film grain of 0.1, I think, on this one. Layout. And turn it on in camera. Yep. Yeah, that's looking good. Think we are in good shape. Just about almost perfectly on time, too. That's always nice when that happens. So what did we do today? We turn off this stuff. We rigged and posed her. I guess it's a her. The Archon. We reposed this Archon from before. He's... Oh, his arm is going... His hand is going straight through that guy's his leg. We got to fix that. I didn't even notice that. Okay. I'm going to fix that now. Come here, boy. Oh, no, it shouldn't be the animation. Let's clear the animation, though. And armature, pose mode. We want to set in front. I bet it was the animation, yes. Because we had it animated as soon as we hit something, it went back to what it was before. I was like, I fixed that. There we go. But you need to make sure you turn off animation, or as soon as you do something, it'll screw you. Bring that in. Maybe not quite that much, although we could rotate it that way. Yeah. There we go. That feels better. This one's a tad off, but not bad. We really didn't change it much even before. Bring it up a bit. Okay. Anyway, there we go. Sorry about that. Turn off in front. But yes, beware. Anytime something has animation turned on and you're doing a still scene, kill it. It will screw you. And you won't remember till the end, and it will be bad. Let me move this container to the trucks. So we did that. We made our ground with draw terrain and then auto terrainer. We put our road in and lined it up along the curve. We did all of our rock scattering and stuff and set the sand up. Yeah, not a bad scene. Pretty happy with it. So I will not be here Monday. It's my girlfriend's birthday and we're doing stuff. But I will be back again on Tuesday morning, same time for me. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. It's spring now, right? You know, it's kind of rainy and drizzly here, but you know. Anyway, thanks again for hanging out. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care, everybody.